and you were tuning in to Tisha Talks Live. I am back. It's been so long. I think the last Tisha Talks I did was back on March 4th. So it's been a little while. I may be a little rusty, but hey, I'm a little relaxed. So we're going to bring this today, some high energy. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my tan lately, like my glowing tan. A lot of people have commented on that. So yes, so no, you guys know if you missed me, I was in Cancun over spring break with my kiddos and my husband. I had just passed my real estate licensing, all of that. And I was like, it's time to get out of Dodge and go on vacation and come back relaxed, refreshed, reset, and ready to go. And today we are talking about Q1 Reflect, Q2 Reset. So, hey, Corey Northington, good to see you. Good afternoon. And just like Corey, if you have a comment or you want to jump in and chat with me, you can use the comment box. This is being broadcast through Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. And if you've missed any of my Tisha Talks lives, it is on YouTube, all of them for you to watch your binging pleasure. It's at bit.ly/Tisha on YouTube. So you can find it there. But today is kind of a cool day, right? It's March 31st and it is the last day of the month, but it's also tomorrow, April Fool's Day. Awesome is the first day of a brand new quarter. And I thought this was such a timely topic to get into this discussion of, hey, Nat, good to see you, of thinking about what you've accomplished already or what have you not accomplished in Q1 that is carrying over to Q2. And one thing that my good friend Karen Green said to me about a month ago or so ago is it's so much simpler, easier to wrap your head around it if you were looking at it from not, wow, what do I need to do in 1 year, but what do I need to do in this quarter? So again, this is such a great tip of just breaking it down, bite-sized chunks. Some of you know, again, I got my real estate license just this quarter, but it was because I was so intentional that in Q1, I was going to do this. I didn't say, hey, in 2021, I'm going to do this. I said, no, in Q1, I'm going to get this done. And I made it. I did it. I passed it first time, and done. And then I went on vacation. So Nat was commenting, actually, Nat, you were talking about my tan, how tan I look. And I had another client that I was on a Zoom call with, Raul, shout out to Raul, who was like, you look a lot tanner than usual. So it's great that you guys are noticing. Yes, it was fun. So, okay, so today we're talking about Q1 Reflect, Q2 Reset, and I'm going to just share just some tips that I use. And this whole podcast live stream is to really get you to move in directions. Like, hey, Conrad, good to see you. Good to see you. It's really about like getting your butt in high gear. Like we are a quarter of the way done with 2021. You guys know time moves pretty fast. We are going to be into Q3 and then Q4 before you know it. And I don't want you to be in those quarters going, what the hell did I do in these quarters? I don't have anything to show for it. I didn't make the progress that I was making. I didn't improve. And I'm hearing that from so many people just in this week alone that they're like, Tisha, I need to stop procrastinating. I need to get on it. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, friend, you are not alone. A lot of people are in that boat. So it's my intention. It's my intention today that you walk away going, I picked up some great nuggets of information. This girl just really spoke to me and said, move it, or, you're going to get left behind. And that's what we're doing today. So just reflecting on your Q1, I want you to just pause for a little bit and look at Q1. And if you weren't happy with your Q1, if you were like, damn, I wish I was further along, or I wish I was this, or I wish I had done this, now you get a redo. Now you get to make that up. Now it's a brand new, fresh quarter, April 1st, starting tomorrow, and you better bring it. You better bring it. So how do we start to move in that mindset of, oh, I've got this, I'm going to accomplish this, this is what I'm going to do, and start moving in that direction? And yeah, Conrad even saying here, Conrad, I'm going to put this up on the board. Conrad says, comfort is the enemy of success. Don't procrastinate. Don't procrastinate. And what I will say is I meet so many people that they're like, when I get here, then I'll get it done. When I do this, or when I have the tools, then I'll get it done. And I always like to say, my good friend JC said this before. She's like, 80% out the door is better than 100% in the drawer. So I'm gonna repeat that because it's such a really cool saying. 80% in out the door is better than 100% in the drawer. So if you just keep taking all these crazy, wonderful, brilliant ideas that you have and shoving them somewhere else and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, what if that day never comes? What if that day never comes? I always say that people will show you grace. Just go to it, get it done, because how do you know that when you finally get to that day where you're like, now I can do it, but you've been doing it all along? It's just like you're so far ahead of the game. You're so far ahead of the game. Yes, Conrad saying when I get my 370Z. You know what's funny about that, Conrad, is I actually wanted one of those 370Zs a long time ago too. I was a big Nissan girl, and now I am a Toyota fan. But yeah, I can't wait to see you get that. I have a good friend who's a realtor, Al, and he's like in his 70s, and he's my business mentor. I go to the gym and I meet up with Al because I get like double helpings. I get the gym and the benefits of working out, and then I get business mentoring from a guy who's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and just speaks life into me. So he's that mentor. He's that person I go to that just gives me those positive vibes and that good energy. So shout out to Al, my realtor friend out here in Gilbert, yeah, pumping me up today. All right. Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit more. If we're talking about reflecting, again, I want you to just take a pause today, think about it tonight, so you can set yourself up for success tomorrow. Okay. So think about what are those things that you didn't get done, that you put on the back burner, that you just didn't want to do, or that you made excuses, or like Conrad said, that you procrastinated on, but you know that they will help you get to your goal. You know that it will help you progress and get better and improve and get better and improve and get better. Nobody ever said that when you get started, you're absolutely 100% perfect. I know I always share this story. When I got up and did my first speaking gig, I bombed it. I failed, and I had to keep getting up and keep picking myself up and do it again and again and again. So it's just like they say, practice makes progress. Practice makes progress. So I want you to look at it that, yeah, you're just going to get started, but it's going to get better, and you're going to get better over time. You're going to get better every time you do it. Okay. So it's more like getting back up and going to it, getting back up and going to it. Some of you guys know on Tisha Talks Live, when I first started this, I did a post that I was really fearful about this. I love the camera, but this is a whole new other beast. This is talking to people on the side and making sure that the camera is working and making sure there's no technical difficulties going on. But I got better at it because I kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept showing up. So I want you to keep that in mind that, yeah, you're going to suck. You're going to suck the first time. You might suck the second time, the third time, the fourth time, but you are going to get better. Now, yeah, absolutely. Louise, hey, Louise, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. And no, you didn't miss it, my friend. I am here. And thanks again, guys. I just moved this to Wednesdays. So I had to cut my Tisha Talks Live a little bit. And I blame the kids and the husband. They've got soccer, they've got gymnastics, and like my whole schedule when we were in Cancun just like went crazy nuts. And my husband dropped on me that Tuesdays and Thursdays were not off for me. Like now I'm like chauffeuring kids around at 4 o'clock. So I moved it to Wednesday. So I kind of like this because it's like the hump day, mid motivation week. Just get in here, do it, and move on. So let me see. Nat, what did you say? You said, in order to reset and stop the cycle of procrastination, you need to create a schedule, set realistic goals, and eliminate distractions. Yes. Thank you so much, Nat, for saying that. I was just talking to a client about that today who, you ever meet those people that are like, I'm busy being busy, but I'm not actually moving. I'm not actually doing something. It's not furthering me along. I'm not focused on income producing activities. I'm just being busy to be busy. I've met a lot of people. I've probably fallen into that myself. But yes, if you don't have a schedule, if you don't have it where you're looking at it, you're seeing it, you're checking it off, and you're making it routine, it won't get done. Conrad, I'm going to say with you, like we were talking about some things earlier this week, and I said you have to start making the schedule because it's how you show up and it's how you keep that consistency going. You can't be one of those people that posts and then doesn't post for months and then decides I'm going to post again and then doesn't post for months. Like it's not benefiting you and it's not benefiting anyone else. And chances are probably people won't be able to find you anyway. So get on a schedule, put it on paper, put it in your calendar or whatever, and stick to it. I'm going to show you a great thing that my friend Bruce the Brit out of California, he sent this amazing, super sweet gift to me before I left on my vacation. And he gave me this, like, you guys can see it, it's like my week calendar. And it's just like a big Post-it. It's like a big pad of paper where every day I can go ahead and just, or every week I can look at what I accomplished. I can look at my to-dos and I can rip it off and start anew. And great tool. I just want to say, Bruce, I just started using it this week. Some of us are, it has to be online. It's got to be digital. And some of us are back to paper and pen, and that's okay too. Whatever works for you, then do. Yes, Conrad, even saying this, I like this, Conrad. You said, win by noon book. It's not going to time block itself. Work your plan. And let me tell you, if you don't have a plan, then we need to talk about this, because that having a plan is what's going to get you moving. It's going to make that vision that you've been thinking about for so long actually happen and come to fruition. You need a plan. You can't just have a vision without any action. All right. Yeah, Louise. So I know the time change kind of messed with people. This is always going to be Arizona time. So we kind of teeter between now it's Pacific and now we're Mountain Standard Time when it hits back in November. So yeah, just look for it. I'll remind you. And then if you're like, I missed it, know that you can always check it on YouTube if you're like, I want to watch what she said today. So yes, thank you, Louise, for checking in with me and just confirming with me. And I was like, you didn't miss it. It's still coming. So things that I know that have really helped me in just resetting, recharging, is we've talked about it, setting a plan, getting it done. Another one, just surrounding yourself with positive people. I don't want to surround myself with negative people. It just brings me down. It sucks. And I want to be around people that are already ahead of me in the game. They know what they're doing. I can learn a ton from them. And I want to be surrounded by that positive vibe. So getting into communities is so, so needed. If you're not part of a community, there are so many communities to be a part of. Find what's your passion. Find what, if like I always say real estate, just because Conrad is on here too, but get into some real estate groups where people are crushing it and you can be inspired by what they're doing too. It might inspire you to come up with some new ideas as well. So getting into community is another one. Rewarding yourself. I even brought out my little Dove chocolate. This is my reward. This is my reward. I love Dove chocolate. Okay, so you guys know I'm a big Dove chocolate, dark chocolate with almonds kind of girl. But what I love about these is the little quotes that come in the packaging. Like the one I just opened up right before this said, and it's something we've all heard, but your vibe attracts your tribe. We hear that all the time, but sometimes we just need fun little inspirational reminders, and Dove chocolate's where I get those things. All right. The other thing is I want to encourage all of you. Like some of us are like, Tisha, I'm so busy. I don't have time to read. I don't have time to XYZ. But I'm going to say this. If it's a priority for you, you're going to find a way to make it happen. I love reading. I read a lot of books. In fact, on my trip, I finished a couple of books just sitting on the beach and watching the kids. And right now I'm reading this book, and I want to show it to you because I'll probably be referencing this a lot in some Tisha Talks lives based on like fun stuff that I get to read. But this is a book by Neil Patel. It's also by Patrick Blaskowitz and Jonas Kaufler, and it's called Hustle. If that title doesn't make you want to get up and hustle yourself, then yeah, we need to figure it out. But you need to be reading. You need to be absorbing positive messages and stories and other people that are can inspire you, that can move you forward. So getting into some self-help books or surrounding yourself with podcasts if you're really not a reader, or really taking that time to be able to keep positive messages coming your way is so necessary. So if you're like, I just like to binge watch This Is Us. Hey, that's me. I also like to read. So make sure that you're kind of having an equal part where you're having some fun with whatever takes your mind off work sometimes, but you're also filling your mind and your soul with good stuff like this. And yes, Neil Patel is a really great guy. I love him on LinkedIn. He's got so much great content. He actually talks about posting, and it really stuck with me. He said something like, when you post on any social media platform, you've got to be able to post with strategy, intention, and value. strategy, intention, and value. So he's a great person to follow. And I got the book. Actually, Matt, you'll love this. Ellie got the book for me. She saw it at an Office Depot when I was going for printing, and she's like, I'm going to buy this book for you. So she wrapped it up and gave it to me for Christmas. So yes, this is a great book. I just started reading it, but good book if you're looking for one. I just finished Go Giver Sell More. That's a really great book too. Hey, Stephen. Hey, I shared that I binge watched Schitt's Creek. I'm done with it now, but I look at this too. I said this before, time wasted is not wasted time. There's that great quote that comes around too. You're not wasting time. Okay. We get into this habit of I should be like work mode, work mode, work mode. I look at it as schedule your priorities, figure out what makes you happy, and put those into your schedule. So I am that type of person that like, my health is really important. My family is really important. My faith is really important. My friendships are really important. So I am going to always put those things into my schedule and then schedule it around. I'm a better person for it. You guys like me better because I'm a better person for it. And I show up, I'm not angry bee. I'm like, hey, this is how it is. I'm more relaxed. I'm ready to go. I have better relationships and I'm able to work with my clients that way too. Nat. Elle, president of Tisha Marie Enterprises. She's a rock star. Elle is my 9-year-old daughter who is always inspiring me. Like I said, she bought me the book, Hustle. And so, okay, so we talked about having a plan in place. I will also say, and I said this earlier, take it in bite-sized chunks. So instead of looking at what do I need to accomplish in 2021, what do I need to accomplish between April and July 1st. All right. What do I need to accomplish just in this quarter, April, May, June? Yes. I was like, let me just think about that on the fly. April, May, June. What do I need to accomplish? Break it down into bite-sized chunks so that you set the intention and you're not like just have so many things in the fire that you have no idea. And then you look at July 1st going, what the heck did I accomplish? When you have so many things going on and you're not ultra focused, like Nat used to call me the Jill of all trades, nothing gets done. Remember that? Jill of all trades, master of none, jack of all trades, master of none. Make sure that you're staying super ultra focused on what it is that you intend to achieve in that quarter. Fill yourself with some self-help and some positive vibes and community, people that constantly lift you up versus tear you down. And don't forget to reward yourself. Yay. Yeah. So Dove chocolate for everybody. Dark chocolate Dove. Everybody watching, you'll get it in the mail, hopefully not melted. But hey, if you guys have some insight on this, I'm gonna keep it open for a minute. If you have something, shoot it in the chat or the comments. But what do you do to reset getting into a new quarter tomorrow? I know I'm super excited because I have a lot that I'd like to accomplish and I'm already moving in that direction. But how do you avoid procrastination? What are some things that you're doing that where you have a goal in mind, or what steps are you taking to achieve those goals? Anything that you'd like to share, the chat line is open. And even if I'm not live, you can always put it into the chat or the comments box too, and I'll make sure that I check that and respond to you as well. But hey, it is 5:03. You guys know it's about time for me to jet out of here and put my mom hat back on. So, hey, Stephen, so good to see you. Thanks so much. Stephen also wrote, great point. Stephen, I'm just going to say great point for all of it. He also said not being disrespectful, but I binge watched Jack Benny. Yeah, like I said, whatever you do is your business. It's what you want to do. Whatever you do to have fun, reset, refocus, recharge. However you do that, to just get in the mindset of making sure that the next quarter you're going to achieve those goals that you set, and making sure they're very realistic goals. Like, I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm going to make $5 million in a quarter. Heck no, like that's really unrealistic. But again, breaking out your goals so they're very, very realistic and you can achieve them by putting in the effort, being consistent, and constantly showing up. All right, good stuff. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. As I mentioned, you can catch all the Tisha Talks lives and subscribe on my YouTube channel at bit.ly/Tisha on YouTube. It's also on the bottom in the scrolling bar. I will be back next Wednesday, and we'll have another Tisha Talks live at 4:45 then. But thanks so much for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and we'll catch you guys back next week. Have a great one and happy quarter. And before I forget, if you are struggling with your brand, I just have to give myself a little shameless plug. If you are really, really struggling with your personal brand, this is exactly what I do. I'm also a licensed realtor. So if you know someone that is like, I need a house, or I want to sell a house in Arizona or anywhere, let me know. I'm happy to connect you. And but if you are really struggling with your brand, and your brand is something that's very important to you, which it should be, and it's something that you want to keep nurturing in Q2, Q3, Q4 forever, because it stays with you forever, then let me know. That's exactly what I do. And I'm hosting a personal brand builder challenge on April 12th through the 15th, completely free, through the 16th. April 12th through the 16th, completely free, and has a lot of great resources and tips to help you get started. So, all right, cool. All right, thanks guys for tuning in. I'll catch you back next Wednesday. Bye. Bye, Louise. Have a great day too, and stay groovy. Louise's words. Bye, guys.